Well, hey, thanks for stopping by. Oh man, that red shirt looks fantastic on you. Well, speaking of fantastic, let's go ahead and talk about subtracting integers, like in the problem -4 minus 10. Let's see, so -4, that means I have four negatives, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm trying to subtract 10 positives from that, and I don't have 10 positives, so I need to get 10 zero pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now I can subtract 10 positives from there. And look what I'm left with, these guys. It's the 10 negatives and 4 more, so a total of -14. Another way to look at this is -4 minus 10 is a strategy called to add the opposite. It's 2 marks where I add the opposite. Oh yeah, you want to see that again? Oh yeah, you sure do. It's add the opposite. It's 2 marks. Let's look at that again. Let's see it in slow motion. Add the opposite. Yeah, that really wasn't slow motion. That was just me speaking slower. But so when you add the opposite, I'm changing my subtraction to addition, and I'm taking the opposite of the next number. And add the opposite, I'm making 2 marks every time. Add the opposite, add the opposite, add the opposite. Doot, doot, doot. Okay, so -4 plus -10 is going to be -14. And what was that? You want to see another one? I can show you another one. Let's look at another one. So I've got -5 minus -1. Sometimes this is in parentheses, sometimes it's not. Wow. Okay, -5 minus -1. Okay, so I have 5 negatives, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm subtracting one of them. And I'm left with 4 negatives. That's what's happening with the chip model. But if I go ahead and add the opposite, make my 2 marks. How many marks is that? You're right, 2 marks. Not 1, but 2. Not 3, but 2. Add the opposite. I'm going to take subtraction, turn it to adding. The opposite of -1 is +1. -5 plus 1 is going to be -4. If I think of number line wise, if I'm at -5 on the number line and I'm going up 1, I'm going to land at -4. Lots of different ways to look at this. What was that? Another one? I can show you another one. Let's show a few more. In fact, I'm going to do some super duper add the opposite. Watch this. Whew, take a look at all those. Whole big list of subtraction problems. Now, I am going to go ahead and just add the opposite for every single one of these. So I'm going to make how many lines? Yeah, you're right, 2 lines. Thanks for saying that. Okay, so I'm going to add the opposite. So 13 minus 14 is the same as 13 plus -14. I'm at -1. I'm going to add the opposite. -14 plus 7 means I'm still going to be in the negatives. The answer is -7. Add the opposite. Add the opposite. Add the opposite. Add the opposite. Turn all these things to addition problems, and maybe you can see kind of what the numbers are doing a little bit better. For this -5 plus 12, if we want to think of the number line a little bit, if I'm hanging out at -5, I got to go up 12 spaces. And where do I land at 12 spaces up? I got to clear the 5, which is going to get me to 0, and then I got another batch more. And that'll put me at 7, but I'm going to take a look, and it will be +7. That's where I'm going to land. -3 plus -2 is -5. -6 plus -11 is just adding, it's just more negative coming on. So I'm at -17. And 11 minus -8 is actually adding those together. So I'm at 19 for that. All right, for these ones, why don't you go ahead and press pause and you work these ones out. Try them all and then press play and see how you did on these ones. So press pause right now. Pause, pause. It's the button that looks like the number 11. Pause. Okay, first step I'm going to do is I'm going to run through all of these and do add the opposite. A bunch of subtraction problems, and I'm going to turn to adding. And how many steps? How many lines am I making on every single one? Yeah, you're right. I'm making 2 every time. add the opposite, add the opposite. I'm using a different color so we can kind of see it better too. 7 plus negative 2, 7, 6, 5. So I'm going to be at 5. 7 plus 2, 7, that's 8, 9. Negative 7 plus negative 2, that's going to be negative 9. Negative 7 plus 2, so I'm at negative 7 on the number line. I'm moving up 2, and that's going to be negative 5. Let's switch over to these ones. 2 plus negative 7, that's going to be negative 5. 2 plus 7, which will be 9. Negative 2 plus negative 7 is negative 9. And negative 2 plus 7, 7, 6, 5, so that's going to be positive 5. Because I am on the number line, I'm at negative 2. I'm going up 7 steps. That's going to clear 0, and then I'm going to land at 5. All right, keep practicing these things. You'll get better over time. You will, you will, you will. All right, I am going to go chase a panda around and see what happens.